Hello, everyone. There's 2 people in here right now. Okay, it's probably including myself. I will wait. I'm gonna wait until 8 o'clock. You've been waiting? What's up, Raul? How you doing, man? It's been a while. I think I'm just gonna show my screen just to start it off. Viewer counts. Oh, I should probably full screen it. I think I need a second monitor. Or like something that I could put the chat, because there's no way for me to look at the chat right now. And look at the charts. Yeah, so today is going to be about kind of like, so I'm going to stream for about an hour. I wanted to talk about pretty much a big concept of like where you should be putting your money right now. Like what would you do with 100 grand, right? Where do you see Nano next week? So I guess I'll get into that in a little bit. I think it's just gonna possibly trail lower or just go sideways, but I don't think it's gonna like spike up quite yet. I wonder how much money is gonna flow into Coinbase. I don't know if you guys know or have heard about the Coinbase IPO. No, I'm gonna bring that up. Let's just look at this one. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe the markets are gonna be quiet waiting for the Coinbase IPO. I mean, of course that's not like guaranteed, but maybe there's money on the sidelines for that. Let me pull up the chat. Covered calls for Tesla with 100K. So you'd have all of your money in Tesla stock and then sell covered calls? That's what you mean, right? I wonder what he's saying. Should I turn this on?
Lower price.
Let me turn on my output capture and turn the volume down on this.
I find the direct listings fascinating because they can really produce some bargains for the buyers. So stay close to that.
Let me bring my mic closer. My bad. I didn't realize it was behind me. Whoops. Okay. How many people are in here now? How do I check? There you are. 22. Okay. I said I was going to start at 8, so I guess this is official live stream now. So what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? And welcome back for another live stream. Okay. I haven't decided if I'm going to buy any. There's a really good chance it's going to fly past its IPO price. I'm actually not sure what it's going to IPO at. Let me see. Did they set their IPO price already? They have to, right? Is it in the filing? Let's go to SEC company search. I think it's going to be Coin is the new ticker symbol for Coinbase. Okay. Okay, to be issued IPO. Which one's the IPO? Here, I'm going to move my camera over just because I really can't see my screen if it's right here. Is this a good view for you? I mean, I'm still in frame. Okay, equity incentive plan. How much is going to the public? Is this everything Class A? So 8.22 per share, maximum offering price, and it is going to be valued at approximately, what is this? Isn't this going to be, isn't Coinbase IPO, this is in billions, correct? I mean, this is shares. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Aggregate offering price. So what's the market cap? The valuation is at 120 times the price. Does that make sense? Okay. Who does Tesla covered calls and generates 2,000 a week and picks the closest strike price? He's forced to sell the shares. He just rebuys and repeats the process. Okay, so he's just living off of the implied volatility, the premiums. IV is really high still. LT, what's up, LT? 19, have 30K saved. What would you do with that money? Vincent, you have $30,000 and you're trying to figure out where you would put it. Okay, if I had $30,000, okay, I would ask myself, okay, do I have any debts that I have to worry about right now? If you have student loans and... Okay, first I'll say this is not financial advice, just because I'm like supposed to say that, but... If I had $30,000, I'm 19, just out of high school. If you're in college, do you have tuition you're going to have to pay for? I don't think it makes any sense to pay tuition right now if you have tuition, just because it's deferred if you're still a student. And if it's subsidized, you don't have to pay interest on it. So I would just drag out that loan as long as possible. But if you have like unsecured debt with like a credit card or like some kind of personal loan or something like that, I would for sure pay that down first. And then the rest would go into, you would have to look. So there's like two ways I would go about this, just because right now I feel like my thesis, I mean, it hasn't really changed on investing entirely, but you have to like really consider what's happening with the interest rates staying low, and where's I going with this? Interest being low. So basically there's nowhere to really put your money to secure it. You can't put it in savings, or else you'll start to lose money against inflation, right? So you have to pick assets. Okay, that's for one. Now, what assets are you going to pick? That is entirely based on do you understand what you're buying? So if you're talking about any specific stock, you have to know what they're doing, and are they able to outpace the rate of inflation? Are they able to grow their cash flows? What stage are they in their business? Are they in the business of like R&D right now because they're trying to scale, like Nanodimension, for example? Or are they in the business of sustaining like just borderline profitability? And are they able to grow faster than what the monetary inflation is right now? Which, if you look at CPI, they say it's like 2%, but it's a lot more than 2% right now. What was it? 40% of all dollars ever to exist were printed just last year. So if you held on to, let's say that $30,000, you had it before the pandemic, and then now that $30,000 is still $30,000, but now there's a lot more dollars in circulation. So now you're having to compete with more investors for the same goods that were there to begin with. So let's say nothing really changed. Let's say no new gold was mined, or if you want to use gold, I mean, I like to use Bitcoin because I think that's where everything's going. Then the case for Bitcoin is essentially that there's only a limited supply, right? So if there's constantly being an influx of money entering the markets, then the only thing for Bitcoin to do is to essentially absorb that new money. So I think over time, for now, in my opinion, the play is not really in value stocks, definitely not value stocks or like what you would consider pandemic stocks. It's going to be in stocks that are either on pace to grow at least 15% a year, at least, 15% a year for the next at least maybe like 3 or 4 years. And then from there on, I mean, it kind of gets a little skewed or blurred vision you get blurry vision for the future just because you can't look out that far, right? Like you can't look out past like 3-4 years. Even looking out past a year is kind of hard, right? Because I mean, if we all knew the future, we'd all be stupid rich by now, right? But the point is that if you have $30,000 and no debt, you want to put it somewhere that you think the asset inflation is going to outpace the expansion of money being printed right now. And that's pretty much in a nutshell. I guess I kind of dragged that out a little bit. If you want me to be super specific, again, this is not financial advice. What I would do is I would buy more than likely Tesla if you want to be in stocks. If you can stomach the volatility and you can believe in Nanodimension, my money's in Nanodimension right now, so I have Nano, and I put a substantial amount in Bitcoin because that's where I think the next wave of growth is going to be. I don't think 50,000 right now is the top, and a lot of other people don't think so either. I mean, you could build a case that, you know, this is a reason why 50,000 is the top because everyone thinks it's not the top, right? But again, this is just where my belief is based on my research on Bitcoin. So that's why it's easy for me to leave money in there and essentially park it. I plan on, hopefully in the future, there's some kind of, I'm reading your guys' messages, by the way. I'm just trying to like finish my point and then I'll get back to all the messages. There's like not too many messages to where I can't get back to them. But anyways, I'll get on Ethereum too here in a second. Dang, I lost my train of thought already about Bitcoin. I put my money in Bitcoin because I understand it and I believe it is just the beginning of the cycle still, of this specific cycle. I don't think $100,000 Bitcoin is out of the picture yet at all. Maybe 150,000 possibly could triple. I will add here, I have this article pulled up from the FOMC minutes. So I scrolled down here and I saw that the FOMC meeting minutes, due out Wednesday afternoon, will elucidate members' thinking from their March meeting. At the conclusion of the meeting, the central bank's median forecast for economic growth was sharply upwardly revised, reflecting improving growing trends as the trajectory of new CV19. I guess, yeah, I still don't like to say it on my channel just because of like monetization and stuff. Anyways, infections improved and vaccinations broadened out. The central bank expects real GDP to grow 6.5% this year versus 4.2% anticipated in December. The Fed also said it sees the unemployment rate improving to 4.5% by year end, before returning to its pre-pandemic level of 3.5% by 2023. Now, this is where this is the kicker right here. Despite these improving projections of real GDP and unemployment, the Fed still telegraphed that interest rates would still likely remain on hold at current near zero levels through 2023, with the central bank maintaining its ultra-accommodative monetary policy posturing despite a quicker than previously expected economic recovery. Now, I don't know which investor said this. I don't know. I don't think it was Ray Dalio. I think it was, honestly, I feel like it was some controversial investor. Someone said that it was a nice point that recovery does not necessarily mean growth. So despite everything like kind of being on par, things are going up in price. Like if you look at real estate across the country, maybe not in like really metropolitan areas like New York, that fell, and allegedly China bought up a lot of New York. Everything is going up in price, but nothing is really changing for that matter. So there's not much value being created, but prices on everything is still going up. We saw stocks moving up substantially last year, and because of the treatment with interest rates, there's a chance that a lot of the stocks, I think predominantly, I think like smaller cap, even mid cap growth stocks with strong prospects are going to fly just because I think one, of course, speculation, but two, they're going to be looking for something that's going to grow fast enough to compete with what's happening in the money supply, basically. Like, can they keep up? That was a big pause. I had to think for a second. I don't know if you guys saw my eyes pan. It was like processing. Okay, I'm going to get to your questions now. Okay. Ethereum is way up over the past 12 months, but that doesn't mean it cannot go higher. I only hold a little over 1 Ethereum, but entering at 2,000 is tough. Yeah, because we're still in a bull cycle. Now, the thing with Ethereum, like, here's what I don't like, is that it's not really a finished product yet, as opposed to like Bitcoin already being the end product. Like, we have Bitcoin, we know the protocol already, whereas in Ethereum the protocol is changing. So if you were in the middle of trying to decide, oh man, me at least, I think Bitcoin as a finished product with the proof of concept being around for 12 years already and has gone through these crazy bull and bear cycles, volatility doesn't necessarily make it a like bad investment. It's the underlying asset that you're really tied to. So with Ethereum, things are changing. If you're looking, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean you can't make money in Ethereum and all the altcoins, but I think in the long run, Bitcoin is already established as the product that people expect it to be at this point. Like, nothing's really going to change. Now, how you perceive it is going to change, right? Like, people thought it's a currency and store of value. Someone else said it was going to be some kind of unit of account in the future, if the value is astronomically higher, much higher than it is right now. Need some water. Jeez. If it's astronomically higher than where it is now, it could be a unit of account, you know? Where was I going with this? It's like I said, it's pretty much a finished product. Ethereum is changing. They're going from Ethereum is going from proof of work to proof of stake. So I think prices on like GPUs, graphics cards are going to go down, at least in resale value. Possibly once people start to figure out that they can't mine Ethereum anymore, it's going to be based on proof of stake for their consensus algorithms stuff. I'm not exactly sure how exactly proof of stake works, but Bitcoin is proof of work, and it is consistently getting more and more and higher. And Bitcoin is simply an easier investment for me. Like I say, I'm a fundamental investor. I like to invest in fundamentals. And I think Bitcoin has really strong fundamentals, and it's a new asset class. So if I'm going to go with any of the asset classes, I'm going to go with one that has the longest proof of concept with the most adoption that we're seeing now. Okay, I'm seeing MMEX, solar farming venture. I like to go with Tesla, just because they have a solar side of their business that is not scaled to where it needs to be yet. And they also have the most cost-effective solar products right now. It doesn't mean they can't make money, but if you're trying to look for safety, in a sense, with your investments, I would look at Tesla. It is an easy pick, at least if you're going to go with solar. Now, you could have a better value. Like, let's say they're really profitable right now and not consuming too much money. And then if you go on a traditional, like, price to sales or price to earnings multiple that's really low right now, then maybe that could be a really good play on MMEX. But if it looks like it's valued pretty similarly, like looks a little bit overvalued, you still could get a better bang for your buck with Tesla than you would with this one. CCIV... You go 1 million by 20. I'm not much of a fan of Lucid Motors. I really can't give you a solid opinion of what I think about Lucid Motors just because I haven't seen enough of the underlying business. I doubt they're vertically integrated like Tesla is. They're not going to have the same like autopilot technology. The price point is much higher. Okay, I get they're targeting a different market, but like the luxury market. But then even then, how many people are buying $100,000 cars? Like on a regular basis, not as many as people who are buying, $30,000 or $40,000 cars, which Tesla, we already know, dominates that space. So, as far as valuation, I couldn't tell you. 2,000 shares, $1 million. That would be, what is that? $500 a share, right? Times 5, that's 10,000 times 100, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. You could maybe make some money, but it's not an investment that I would like holding. ASXE. What is ASXE? What is that? Any space stock you looking at? Oh, I was looking at Momentous. What is that? That's SRAC, right? Stable Road Acquisition Company. Once they have their first, like, what is it? I forget what it's called. Like the actual name of the craft that's going to be moving satellites, taxiing satellites to where they need to be. Once they have that going and they have like a nice video and they could show us, hey, this is like, here's some data, I think that'll be a really good time to buy that company just because they are the first of its kind in that space. They want to be essentially the infrastructure for space to like build things in space, like new space stations and things like that. Like they want to literally industrialize space. It's a big claim and a big thing to try and pitch to investors. But I mean, if they can actually pull through with that, I think it'll be a big deal. How much bag holding am I doing in Sensonics? Who's calling right? How much bag holding am I doing in Sens? What do you mean? Like how many shares do I have? How like down am I right now? I think I'm down like 50% on my Sensonics right now. Yeah, something like 50%, but that's not including the premium I collected on my last put option. But if you're going to go based on solely cost basis, not including premium, I'm down like 50%. If you include the premium I collected, I'm down like 30%, maybe a little less, like 28 to 30. But yeah, I am also down on Sensonics. Yeah, I'm down on Nano. I'm down on pretty much everything except my Bitcoin holding. Everything that I'm in stocks, I'm kind of down in for the most part. Now, as far as like portfolio performance over the last like 14, 16 months, I'm up like 300%. So I think that's in the long term what looks nice. Again, I think a lot of that growth was from money printing, but yeah, I think if you didn't sell at the bottom in March, I feel like it would be very difficult to have lost money as long as you didn't touch anything. If you didn't touch anything, it was very hard to lose money. Okay, Ethereum 3.0 is coming. Yeah, there's like Ethereum 12.0 is going to come out eventually. HUMBL, humble financial service. Trading AI bots make it simple to trade 24/7. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't touch that. Any robots, trading robots, like why are you gonna? If you're buying something, it's because you have better use for your dollar. So if you're trying to get out of your dollar, why are you gonna immediately buy an asset just to sell it back for the dollar you didn't want in the first place? That doesn't make sense to me. I would not touch bots. I have Tesla. I have some Tesla. I have like a share in Tesla right now. I want more Tesla, but right now I'm betting more on Bitcoin in the like short medium term ish. But I guess you could say I'm kind of timing the market. But I will get back into Tesla. But I don't think I'm going to sell my Bitcoin to buy more Tesla. I think I'm just going to have to build more cash to buy Tesla, just because I really don't want to let go of any of my Bitcoin. ETX. Oh, price target for Sensonics. The stocks, I mean, the downside of any stock is 100%, and the upside could be however big the company can get. Sensonics is a, like, what's their market cap right now? Like a couple billion? They have 350 million shares outstanding. Oh, no. Okay. They're under $1 billion in market cap right now. Dexcom, for example, is a, I believe a $30 billion business right now, around this price range of like $350. They're a $30 billion company. Sensonics is looking to compete with them, and if they can remotely compete and grow, I think investors will definitely start to pour more money into Sensonics to experience that growth. And if they were to essentially 30x their business, then long-term Sensonic stock price could be at least around, I don't know, $90, $100 a share, as long considering no more stock dilution of any kind. I don't know off the top of my head how many more shares they can issue, or from the registration. I'm not sure, but assuming the same number of shares outstanding don't change, then if it's a $30 billion business, it's $100 a share. Correction is over. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. If okay, so for Sensonics, based on just like technicals, what if there's a ton of money sitting below here in the form of stop losses, and the markets want to push it down to capture these orders and then pull everyone out of their Sensonic shares for $1.50 a share, and then now you have to go chasing it. That's why I say don't use stop losses, by the way. It could go down lower, honestly. Those bots are making profits for people all over the world. Complex algorithm with 20 million written code. Yeah, even if it's making you some money, it's not something I would touch. So if it fits within your risk profile, then go ahead and use the trade bot. But I don't think I could do it. How much is trading under $4 right now? HUMBL. What do they do? What is that? Humble. Digital Money Network provides digital pairing experiences for consumers and merchants worldwide. The company offers Humble Pay. Is it Humble Pay or Humble Pay? Is the H silent? Let's consumer connect merchant online global commerce deal listing affiliate programs. Okay. I couldn't tell you what I think about them. Do I need to look at financials? I'm not sure I really understand the product very much besides connecting people. It's not something, I don't think this is something like right off the bat that I would go out of my way to purchase. I would just say that now. Unless I heard something really enticing about them. Okay, they got some revenues. They have gross profits. Some high operating expenses, probably in the form of some kind of stock compensation or options if it's new. So not much income to show for. That is for sure. Is this one of those momentum plays? It was under $1. Now it's trading at $3.50. Yeah, so I mean, if it's a promising business, chances are people are going to want to hold it over their dollar. Like I said, the point is right now, cash is trash. Having too much cash is a liability for you. So you want to put it in investments with high conviction. At least that is what I am doing. This is not financial advice. Microvision. Yes, I'm still holding Nanodimension. Nanodimension. Down 50% on Nano. Yep, I'm there with you, Albert. Opinion on LKCO. Coinbase IPO. You know, just to experiment, I might. But honestly, I think like as a cash flowing business, they are a good business, but again, I think it would be better to just buy Bitcoin and not deal with the exchanges. Even though I use Coinbase to buy Bitcoin. Like, I use Coinbase. I am a customer of theirs. But even then, I'm using their service to make sure I can get Bitcoin. Hello. Put user. Do you guys have any other questions mainly? Or do you guys just want me to like read random articles to you? Like the whole reason I even made this live stream too was to, you know, discuss like where we should be putting our money right now. And I opened up Bloomberg and I saw this article, where to invest 100 grand right now. So I'm curious to where they think. Where does Bloomberg think you should put 100 grand right now? Let's find out. Is it gold bars? That's the first thing they want to pitch you on is gold bars. Why do they got to put ads like, and they follow you too? Oh no, they don't. Okay. 5 money managers offer investment ideas for the post-pandemic future. So it is tough to know what to invest in when your world has been upended. But while many unknowns remain, there are glimmers of a brighter future ahead. COVID-19 vaccines are going into the arms of citizens around the world, and the $1.9 trillion relief measure rolling out into the U.S. have a huge spillover effect in the global economy. The word recovery is on more lips, and the Bank of England's chief economist said recently that if UK consumers spend just a bit of the added savings they've built up during the pandemic, it could mean a rip-roaring recovery. Maybe it can. So, hold on. Where does it say to put it? ETFs. I want you to put it in ETFs. While there is no pure play multifamily real estate investment trust, the Hoya Capital Housing ETF is composed of 100 companies that represent the performance of the U.S. residential housing industry. Okay, so that goes into diversification. So they want you to diversify $100,000. Okay. Even Charlie Munger said diversification is diversification, which he said he heard off of somebody else that is unknown. Diversification is diversification. Diversification, diversification. Super app on Web3 tags pass all the current financial. It's going to pass them? Why is it going to pass them? As in be bigger than them? If they're not adopting Bitcoin, I don't think that will be the case. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Okay, yeah. They have a lot to show for if that's the case. I would need a really good case to understand why that's even possible. Yeah, that Nanodimension bear article. So, like, I think the whole point of that bear article was just to garnish some views, honestly. Like, if you see, now that the markets are red, now you're seeing all the bear articles. You're seeing all the red, all the FUD coming out. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You didn't really see all of that when, you know, Nanodimension was at $17 for like a day or a few hours. Nanodimension price target this year. I don't like to give price targets short term, even though it's what you guys want. But if, like, just imagine they decide to raise more money, okay? This would inherently increase the market cap because the more money they have, the more the price is going to have to go. But the difference is we will experience some dilution. What day was it posted? Okay, so back to Nanodimension price target. If we're just going to go off technicals, I think we should stay based on the cash on the balance sheet and the fact that they have no debt and the number of shares outstanding. The floor for Nanodimension right now is around $6. That is the floor for Nano. The floor. As long as they don't issue any more shares, that is the floor for Nano. So price target, Nanodimension, Nanodimension's technology, the business, the underlying business, not their cash, but the business tied to Nanodimension, at $6 per share is essentially a free business. So if Nanodimension is $6, you're basically getting them for free. At least the company, like you're trading your dollars for their dollars, but then their dollars are attached to the company. You know what I'm saying? So you're essentially just trading money. Like, okay, here is $5, and then Nanodimension will give you $5 back, but then it's attached to Nanodimension. You get what I'm saying? So $6 is the floor. Humble Pay is built on blockchain. Okay, interesting. So the fact that it's new, right? I still need to see more. Like, I've never heard of them. Okay, beyond right now. So I would have to wait and see exactly what they're doing in practice. Like, I need to see it, and then maybe I would like think more about them and then possibly invest in them. Again, I'm already in crypto, specifically Bitcoin, so it's really hard for me to invest in other blockchains just because I'm kind of fixated on Bitcoin until other things are built and layered on top of Bitcoin. We're still in the phase where it's expanding. Just yesterday, I checked how many wallets there are in Bitcoin. There's around 70 million wallets, and that's 70 million globally. So just imagine where's Bitcoin going to be when there's a billion Bitcoin wallets. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, it was posted on April 1st. Yeah, right. I did mention that. They picked a terrible day to post that. In part, we're interested in this ETF cash flow. We want cash flow coming from a majority of the properties, although when there is development involved. So, okay, I will add to, whenever we have cash flows right now, just remember your cash flows are being devalued by the money printing that is happening right now with every stimulus check that goes out. Any more money printing, any more government money that is entering into the economy will dilute your dollars. So any cash flow is being diluted year over year. And we can expect this, like I said, from the article earlier, from the Jerome Powell article, that this will continue through the end of 2023. So we have 30 months of basically no interest. So free money, essentially, for the next 30 months. Oh yeah, cash flows. There's also the opportunity for a future 1031 exchange. So I think with real estate, where it's really at with real estate right now is if you, let's say you don't want to buy Bitcoin, and because you understand real estate better and that's where you want to park your money, then hold on, I read Raul's comments and I got sidetracked. Then I would be aiming for asset appreciation in real estate over cash flows. I would not try and get cash flows right now just because the cash flows won't be able to keep up with the amount of expansion in the money supply. John, at what point would you say that you are diversifying too much? That's a good question. I'm invested in 12 stocks right now, and sometimes I'm not able to buy on the dips of every stock. Okay, so as far as that goes, wait, and then, hold on, I'm missing some messages, Raul. Give me 1 second, let me read some. Okay, so I had the price target, top 5 stocks in my portfolio, pretty much the only 5. I have Mogo, I've got Nanodimension, I've got Sensonics, I've got Tesla. I had Groupon, but I switched that out for my Tesla, but I think Groupon, at least considering the cash flow that it's producing, could be a good value still, especially at 48. But I'm not holding Groupon right now, and Bitcoin. So those are my 5. Nanodimension, Sensonics, Tesla, Mogo, and Bitcoin. And I would say a majority of it is in Bitcoin right now, with my second largest holding being in Nanodimension and my third largest holding being in Sensonics. and then fourth largest being in Mogo, fifth largest Tesla right now, just because I have Bitcoin and my thought process is Tesla is buying Bitcoin right now, and I already know where I believe Bitcoin is going, so it's just a lot easier for me to just park a lot of my money in Bitcoin, no matter how volatile it is. Screw beta, I'm looking for the alpha, okay? Okay, so as far as diversifying too much, Raul, I think once you get past the point where you can track your investments, that's where you're diversified too much. So like if you can't track these 12 stocks and like really understand what each one of them are doing at any given time, then I think that's too far. You should pick your like maybe top, I would say 6 to 8 stocks. And if you want to be even less risk averse, or more risk averse, I would say just get 5 and watch them like a hawk. Like I was going to say a hawk. Watch those 5 really good stocks that you absolutely love, that you don't want to let go. Like you would, like someone, like your top 5 holdings should be stocks that you like literally would have to have someone pry your fingers off of your shares. Like you have to really like want them that bad. Mark Forged versus Nat. I don't know what Mark Forged is doing. Are they 3D printing electronics like Nanodimension? If not, it's probably not even a competitor at all. Baidu, no. VIAC, no. I haven't touched either of those. I haven't even looked into them very much, honestly. Like whenever whenever you guys tell me stocks to look at, if it's not like once you tell me what they do or what they're doing, if it's not very like technological or innovative or like very exciting with the proof of concept, I really like kind of flies over my head just because I have such a strong conviction with my current investments already. So that's what you should be looking for. Oh, you're good, Aaron. Don't even worry about it. How you doing? Yeah. I like really like I said with the diversification, you can be diversified across different industries, but if you're like top stocks, like let's say you have 1 or 2 stocks for each industry that you think is going to be the fastest, highest alpha industries, then it's really easy to just like track those stocks, really, those few stocks. I don't think you have to have all industries. You just have to have the ones you think are going to grow for as long as time, I guess. I think real estate's like, as long as people need a roof over their heads, people are going to need real estate. As long as people need to eat, there's going to be food, right? What's another good example? As long as people need to store their wealth, I think there's going to be Bitcoin. As long as people need to secure some kind of long-term wealth preservation and, you know, want to retire one day, I think there's going to be things like Bitcoin, and probably only Bitcoin. Only one crypto and in altcoin called CRO. I don't know what CRO is. What is CRO? What is CRO? So like investing in altcoins right now, you're still kind of investing in projects that are being changed. If they have like, that doesn't go without saying that you cannot make money in altcoins, but all I'm saying is these are essentially like imagine you're still kind of angel investing. This is like a form of angel investing, but in the cryptocurrency space. It's like venture capital, kind of like you're investing in a founder and you hope that founder is going to, you know, really build their product out to make it the beast that you want it to be. But the thing with Bitcoin is there's no central founder. I mean, there is technically, but it's not centralized. There's a guy who made it, but it's not up to him to what happens. It's up to the consensus of the entire network. So that's the beautiful thing about Bitcoin, is we have a finished product. Stop swing trading and day trading because I'm just so happy with the companies I'm invested in. Yep, I feel the same way, Aaron. I feel the same way. It's very hard to find new investments when I could just keep adding to the ones I already have. For anyone watching, if you guys are looking to get 2 free stocks, remember that Webull still has a 2 free stock offer. It literally is free money. All you have to do is go to the pinned message at the top of this chat, and you will get 1 free stock for opening an account with them. And then if you deposit $100, you will get a second stock. And you don't have to buy any stocks with the money that you put into the into Webull. You just have to, put in the cash, and then once those funds clear, you will get your 2 free stocks. And then if you want to keep those stocks, you can, or if you want to sell them and just cash out all of it, you could do that too. Like I said, I think cash is trash, so you should be investing anyways. But if you want just free money and you want to use that money for something else, maybe you want to buy a present for someone, maybe you need some extra money for rent or something, that is a way to get literally free money, risk-free. So click that link in the top of the chat and you will get your 2 free stocks. Time to buy Bitcoin. Yeah. You know what, Jackie? I think I would say the same thing to myself if I didn't buy Bitcoin now. So hear me out. I think Bitcoin is here to stay. And people will be saying the same thing. I wish I had a time machine to go back in time to buy Bitcoin. I had a friend tell me this when Bitcoin was $10,000. And so I already knew what Bitcoin was, but I was so fixated on stocks before I realized that there was so much money printing and the interest rates were low, and then it just clicked like a light bulb. Okay, I understand. And then I started buying Bitcoin. That just accelerated everything. So, like I said, I think Bitcoin's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. There's already new miners going out from Bitmain. You guys could look on blockchain here. So for any of you who don't understand, like Bitcoin being publicly available and accessible for everybody. Sorry, I choked on my own spit. It is literally publicly available, public information for everybody to look at. So remember, there is something. What should I do first? 125,000. I would love to see it this year. I really would. How much cash should I hold on the side? As much as you are willing to watch dwindle in value. HUU. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Is it Hu? Hu Nguyen? I think that you should only have cash on the side that you absolutely need for basic living expenses and whatever you want to splurge on something. Like if you want to go out and eat fancy restaurant, save enough for 4 weekends, and then if that's all you want, invest the rest. That is my opinion. This is not financial advice. This is just what I would do. Putting money aside for the things that I want to buy that are just short-term happiness, giggle goods. Is that something that makes you feel good for a short period of time where you don't really have too much buyer's remorse, right? Food being the main one, honestly, when you want to eat out fancy and stuff. But other than that, if you have Netflix, whatever, cool. The rest, you should be investing. That's what I would do. Nanodimension made me semi-rich. Doge amplified that 100,000 plus. Now I'm holding a big chunk of cash. Still in Nanodimension, opened a position in bionanogenomics and sonics and some crypto. May I ask what crypto you have? I think there's a lot of money to be made in cryptocurrencies, but the risk is very high with all the altcoins just because you don't know which projects are actually going to gain traction in the cryptocurrency space. We have things like NFTs that are blowing up right now. As Shirzad mentioned right now, NFTs are blowing up. We don't know what of these things are going to catch on and retain their quote-unquote value. We don't know yet. So I would say the best place to put it is places with proof of concept that have a lot of runway. Remember, your risk is 100%. You could lose up to 100%, and you can gain as much as however far the market wants to go. Always remember that. We had such a good bubble in 2020. Definitely a good move to put the gains into Bitcoin. Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt with Nano. It was just, I guess I had really lucky timing with Bitcoin just because I I knew what Bitcoin was already. I'd done my research back in 2017. I held Bitcoin in 2017. Kind of forgot about it after the bust, but then, you know, I mean, the money is like the voting tool. People started to look at it, and big institutions saw it this time, and retail kind of put it aside just because their feelings were hurt in 2017. But I didn't want that to be me. I already knew what it was. I needed to have some. I absolutely needed to have some. Will Bitcoin dip to 48,000, 47,000? I couldn't tell you, but if it doesn't, will you regret not buying it? Or if it does and you buy it today, will you regret it? It just depends what side of the currency pair are you more sensitive to. Are you more sensitive to losing your dollars, or are you more sensitive to losing Bitcoin? That is totally up to you to decide. So I was going to look at the charts just so you could see like how much, like I've seen some not discrepancies, but like, you know, for example, in 2017, we had crazy transaction fees, but now in 2021, where Bitcoin is like 6 times as expensive as it was at one point in 2017, the transaction fees are nowhere near where they were in 2017. Let me see, transaction fees. Total transaction fees in US dollars. So let's go to all time. Look at this. Look at this crazy spike in 2017. And here we are at the prices we're at now, and they're not even anywhere close to that. Probably a third. Where it is right now, less than a third where it was at that time. BFT. What was it? Bill Foley Transamine. Did I say that right? Did I already forget? BFT. Didn't they already merge? Yeah, PaySafe. Okay, there's no technical analysis here, guys. It is purely, it fell and retraced back to around half the value, and it is chilling ever since then for the past like couple days. Not much to look at there. Let's see, who is holding Bitcoin now? We're going to look at some Bitcoin treasuries. What corporations are holding Bitcoin now? Okay, biggest one being MicroStrategy, no surprise. We already knew that. Tesla bought 48,000 Bitcoin. Square holds a little over 8,000 Bitcoin now today. Marathon Digital Holdings, a mining company, holds a little over 5,000 Bitcoin. So I ended up buying some Mogo. As you guys know, they're like kind of at the bottom. I think that at some point they're going to start buying more, and I think it'll be a good bang for your buck in terms of dollars. It is more of a speculative play for me, but I think you can make some good dollar gains in Mogo once they start to open the floodgates for companies that hold Bitcoin on the balance sheet. I think that if they continue to buy more, it is simply going to inflate their stock price, just because there's a ton of money out there that is waiting to be exposed to Bitcoin, and they can't buy it directly. So the next best thing they could do is buy possibly ETFs that come out and stocks that already hold Bitcoin. The floodgates have not opened entirely yet, but we already have news of Morgan Stanley letting their large investors start to buy holdings that have Bitcoin. You can't buy Bitcoin, but you could buy stocks that have Bitcoin. MP Materials, like kind of looked at MP. CPSH, no. SDPK, no. I wish I was a stock encyclopedia, but I am not a stock encyclopedia. I just look at what I think is interesting. And it really has to pique my interest in order for me to like look in depth into it. CPSH. CPSH. Okay, so this stock is trading near support that we had at the start of this year. So I think this would be a good point of fair value, at least in the markets. We already know that interest rates are going to remain low, so asset inflation is going to be among us, even more so than we saw, as long as they continue to print money and interest rates remain close to nothing. It is good, at least in terms of dollar gains. So I'm going to be on here for like another 10 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to hop off. So any questions you have, please let me know. I would like to answer your questions to the best of my ability. And hopefully you guys can sleep a little better at night knowing you know something new that you didn't know before you watched this live stream. Let me look at MP Materials. Okay, so it bounced off 100 moving average. Yeah, I would say intraday fair value for MP Materials. You're buying it at the bottom of the range. You're not really buying it at, resistance. Like if you would have bought it up here, imagine you bought it right here, right at the peak where it started facing resistance. That is not really good. I like to buy at support, even though it is just simply wise to just dollar cost average. I bought more Bitcoin at around $58,000 per Bitcoin not too long ago, just a few days ago. That was at some support, and then it dipped to 56,000, which like I could have got a little bit better deal, but I was still okay because I bought it at support and not resistance. So I think this is a area of price support. There is only one MP Materials, and if so is the case that they are the only ones able to transport rare earth metals in the US, then I think it could be a really good play. I'm not sure if it's like without future competition. I'm not sure the geology behind their mine and things like that. Like, I don't know any of that stuff. Could there be a better place to mine rare earth metals like the ones they have? Possibly. I'm not a geologist though, so I couldn't tell you. But maybe. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Eyes in the Sky. Holding them for a while. Bio-nanogenomics. I don't know anything really about bio-nanogenomics. I know they have some kind of like gene testing thing, screener. I honestly have ignored them for so long that I kind of forgot what they do. Please enlighten me. Why isn't they one? He sold all nano for humble and never looked back. Give it simple due diligence, make content on it. I think I won't regret it. Okay. I'll look into it. Shirzad. If you sold all of your nano for it, I think you're more of a fundamental investor, so I think you would have some reason to do it. I would not do it just because I know nothing about them. And even then, I don't think I would sell my nano. I would just, buy into the other company just because I don't want to miss out on nano when I already have, a good position built already. Again, if you're trying to make some bucks, some USD, some dollars, maybe that could have been a really good decision. I am trying. Trying what? It's kind of delayed, so genome mapping, it's genome mapping. It is complementary to genome sequencing. Appreciate it. Does rising tension with China worry you about your stock holdings? No. I don't think No, honestly, no. I'm more worried about the money printing and interest rates than I am China. As far as Bingo, Bionanogenomics, I just simply have not touched it, and I don't think I will. If you want me to do a little technical analysis for you, as far as like BNGO, sorry. As far as like technical analysis and like fair value, things like that. On a daily, I had some of these. Let me just stretch these out just so I have some reference. These make more sense on a little bit lower time frame, but what was some level of major resistance? So the first time we experienced resistance in BioNano, I will also add that I'm not sure if after this point there was any share dilution and if TradingView is accounting for this dilution, if any. So that is my disclaimer here. This is assuming there was no stock dilution on this technical analysis. We had a top right here which experienced resistance twice and then experienced some support at one point. If we fast forward in time, we can see some level of resistance again. We had a pop through it, which I think could have been a stop hunt. There is a chance that this means the market could come back down to this level again. Again, if they're like pre-revenue, I think that there's a chance that it could just fall more so. Again, I'm not sure if they're pre-revenue. I don't know why I keep saying again. Not again and again and again. This is another level of support. So I would say for BioNano, 730 is some support. This area, not exactly 730, but this area is support. And your next level of major support is going to be around $5.80, $6. Well, don't let anyone tilt me. I'm not really tilted on BioNano. Like, it possibly is a really good company, but it's just not for me. That is it. It simply is not for me. Yeah, it'll be a small cap, buckle up, bumpy ride. Yep, agree 100%. 100%. Bingo made me more money than any stock ever, not even close. Got in at 104. Haha, dang, dude, you got in at the floor. Good job. Good job. You got in right around here. $1.04, and then did you sell any? Did you sell any calls around like $15? That could have been a good play, just selling calls all the way down. Or if you had cash, you could have sold cash secured puts. That could have been something. Now, I will say, with BioNano, again, don't go on my word, okay? I'm just a guy on YouTube, technically, right? If you have the research done already and you have some kind of informational edge over me just because you did the research and I have not done the research, then that is an advantage to you as an investor. So this applies to any stock that you look at. If you are able to soak the information in a way that you can see more value than another investor who is going to overlook it, like in this case, BioNano and me, then that is an advantage to you. I'm not going to be competing with you to buy shares in BioNano. So that's my case. But if you're trying to buy Nano, you're going to compete with me to buy Nano, for example, or Bitcoin. I want as much Bitcoin as possible. I will continue to buy Nano. I will continue to buy Sens as long as nothing fundamentally changes across those companies. W-shaped recovery. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these portfolios are built like really similarly, but anything with strong fundamentals, just hold them with conviction if you have the supporting facts with that conviction. You have to be able to deflect the bears. Anytime someone comes at you with some kind of bear statement against a company you're invested in, you have to be able to answer it, because if you can't answer something against a company you're invested in, then clearly that means you don't really understand it enough. And as long as there is more information that's supporting your thesis than going against it, then it's like you should correlate that with your level of conviction too. So, yeah. Bingo has a ton of seminars and info out there. The only reason I got in so heavy, I'll discuss the results. Okay. All right, see, Aaron, that is my point. Aaron did his research, okay? Do not get into a stock just because someone is telling you to buy it. Do your research. Me, here, I'm telling you to do your research on Nano, do your research on Sensonics. According to Aaron, you should do your research on Bionano. And God, for the love of God, please do your research on Bitcoin. If you have $100, if you have $200, okay, $100 should go into Bitcoin. Okay, you guys should definitely at least have a little bit of Bitcoin. Like, what's the risk? You lose $100, and then the upside is it can go up as far as it needs to if it can absorb the whole money supply in the world. The second $100 you should use to open a Webull account if you don't already have a Webull account, because you can get 2 free stocks, and it also supports the channel. So, I kind of snuck that in there. I'm sorry, but it was kind of slick. Nazi, I still don't recommend being on either. It's still speculative and risky and aren't making money yet. Okay, yeah. So for me, the fact that it's pre-revenue, I'm like out. I don't want it. Pre-revenue for me, not good. That is just my risk aversion there. I would not invest in something that has not like made money yet. Personally, I would not invest in anything that has not made money yet. But if they have good prospects, I will watch them. I will watch them. But it doesn't mean that I will invest in them. A big bag of bingo. That's kind of funny. I'm sorry if you're experiencing really significant unrealized losses, but if it's something that you invested in, it's because you invested in it for a reason. You had some conviction. Monetary policy has to be, a convergence of things. Oh, really? You bought Mobile Wave? Okay, Aaron, read up on it. Message me on the Patreon. I would love to hear any cool things that you've learned off the book, any key points. Like, bro, please let me know what you find on the Mobile Wave. I really like to listen to Michael Saylor. All right, folks, we are approaching the end of the stream. So any last questions, please ask me, and I will, answer them to the best of my ability. But if not, I will just get off right now. Also, there are a few spots available in the Patreon group right now. I think like 20 spots opened in the $5 group, and I still have a bunch of spots in the $10 group, but I'm almost certain the $5 group fills up way faster, of course, because you literally could, have access to me for $5 at any point you want. So if that's something you guys are interested in, go ahead and check out this website that I'm about to put right now in the messages. This is how you can be in contact with me at any point. You just can message me, or you can message me on Discord. There's a Discord server as well there that a lot of people manage. I try to be on there as much as possible, but the more time I spend on the Discord and Patreon, the less time I get to research and things. So I do try and keep you guys posted on all the really important things that happen across the investments that we talk about. But besides that, I still have to be able to research and read and stuff. And if I'm interacting with you guys at every given moment during the day, I get to do none of that. So I just hope you guys understand that. And that is my case there. So, oh yeah, and I was talking about hosting private live streams. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because I need to find a really good time that, everyone is available for the live streams. Do I have to warn you guys a week in advance before I do my live stream? Can I warn you guys the day of that, hey, I'm gonna live stream and you guys should tune in? Do I tell you the day of? Do I tell you the day before? Do I have to give you a week's notice? Let me know in the comments on the stream if anything, or you can just comment on another video. If you are already a member of my Patreon, you can message me on Patreon, or just comment on the Discord hey, I think you should do streams on Tuesday, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or something, let me know. But anyways, Nazi, you're welcome. Shazad, thank you for being around for so long. Thank you for everyone who stuck around for the stream. You guys are fantastic. You guys are amazing. Jacob Cohen said, yes, before the stream. Okay, like a day, 2 days, like cool day of. Okay, all right. Honestly, I was thinking day of, but like I'd give you guys at least like a few hours notice. And I know that like a lot of you are, you know, everyone has to work and has to like commute home. Everyone has, I mean, if you're working from home, even better. I will let you know day of. How about that? I guess day of is good. Okay. Anyways, that is the end of the stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the stream. I will host another stream at some point, maybe the end of the week. We'll see how the market reacts. If we have some crazy market movement, I'll definitely stream. If it's quiet and things go sideways, fundamentally nothing changes in like just a few days, unless we have like a black swan or something. So chances are it'll be quiet. So just letting you guys know. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next live stream.